Every time I hit the record button, I look at my camera and I look like I'm sitting crooked. I don't know. Am I crooked? I don't know. All right. So, hey, crafters. Today is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. You guys know, especially those of you that have been here since the beginning, that I've been working on decluttering my crochet stuff, from yarn to hooks to pattern books to projects, right? I had the yarn in my house. I've had it in my minivan. I've had it in my shed. Okay. Years and years and years. It just keeps piling up, piling up, piling up. I love to shop for yarn. Do I use all that yarn when I bring it into the house? No. So my shopping got out of control at some point. It took over my house, and inside of our 1,200 square foot house, there is my husband and 3 kids, 20 years old, 19 years old, and 16 years old. Right now there's 2 cats in our house. We always have about 2 cats. Our 2 older cats died in 2019 and 2020, and in 2020 we got 2 new ones. So to me, they're still babies, although they're about 3-4 years old. And we've got 3 guinea pigs. So we're packed with people and pets, right? And my yarn stuff had to go. It had to. Been crocheting since I was 9. My mom crochets, my grandma, which she has passed, my great grandmother, my aunt. Okay. It's a family thing. We all crochet and we all have shopping problems, which is buying it and letting it pile up and not using it. Even my mom's going through her own yarn stash. So it's a thing. It's a hard thing. It was really hard once I realized that in the process of cleaning it up and organizing it, all I was doing was just moving it around from spot to spot to spot so I could hold on to it. I wasn't really dealing with my issues as to why I had so much. So that was an eye-opener for me. So in January of 2023, I sat down with the camera, I sat down with you guys, and I purged a lot of yarn. And the feedback I got from it was, most of it was good. You guys completely understand. You have your own stash of yarn, so you've been going through the same thing that I've been going through, so I appreciate that. But then there were some people that were like, no, don't throw that away. No, don't do that. Do this instead. Well, that might work for you. It wasn't working for me that way. I had a lot of older yarn. It was dry. It was scratchy. It wasn't worth my time and energy, so I threw it away. The little leftovers, yes, they can be used, and they can be used in scrap blankets. And I love making scrap blankets. Trust me, with all the stuff that I'm going through, I love making scrap blankets, but I just couldn't hold on to everything and be able to breathe in my house and in my life. So I threw a lot of it away. I donated a lot of it, and what I did keep, I organized it, put it in my corner, bought a shelf, put most of it on a shelf, and I have a few bins that have some yarn in them, right? The thing is, I haven't really touched that yarn since I purged it, between donating it and throwing it away, giving some of it away to, did I give any to my mom? I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't really touched any of it. All the yarn's just been sitting over there. So do I really need all of it? Because for me, the fun is in shopping for the yarn. I love looking for new yarns, new colors, new textures. I do have my favorites. Maybe I should stick to my favorites and just stop shopping to shop. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. That's why I took a really big break, because not only do I have the shopping problem with yarn, which I actually haven't been shopping for yarn in well over a year. I've been really good with it. I'm shopping in other areas in my house. I have too many plates in my kitchen, too many bowls in my kitchen, because it's so easy to go to the thrift store and find something that is so cute. You just have to have it, and you bring it home, and you stick it in a pile. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. Clutter in my kitchen, in this room next to me, which is officially the dining room, but it actually has my computer, my husband's computer, and it's become a holding ground for everything that comes in the house. My living room, the bedrooms, we are packed full of stuff because I do have a shopping problem, and I am working through it. Okay, it's related to childhood trauma, so I'm working through it. So I appreciate you guys being here and listening to all of this. For everybody who's new, hi, my name is Jenny. I have issues. But I love to crochet. Crocheting is a good thing. For those of us who do suffer with depression and anxiety, crocheting can help us calm down. It can help us relax. It can help us get some of our thoughts in order and try and process what we're going through in life, whether it's the everyday daily grind, okay, where you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, waking up in the morning, getting dressed, going to work, coming home, trying to figure out what's for dinner. Daily grind, okay, we all go through it. Crocheting can really help. It can help you just find some sense of calmness. It can help you be peaceful. Okay. At the end of it, you can have a finished product, whether it is a hat, a scarf, a little stuffed animal, which I love those. And kudos to you ladies out there who are doing those stuffies. Oh, wow. The time and the patience you put into those. Awesome. I may be a blanket maker and I love making big blankets, but y'all with those stuffies. Oh, awesome. It's just like crocheting it's such a good thing, but there is a flip side that it can feed into some of our other mental health issues, and with hoarding and with the shopping, the compulsive shopping, the shopping that for 5 minutes makes us feel really good. And then we're trying to hide what we bought. You take your bags and you stuff them in a closet. You stuff them in the trunk of your car. You try to hide them from the people in your life. Okay. Me, I don't hide my stuff. I just leave it sit right out in the open. And I'm going to show you what my project pile looks like, because right now I need to take a break from working on the blankets in the project pile, because I got so overwhelmed that when I was doing the blankets, when I was done, I would just fold them up and sit them right back in the project pile instead of moving them to a separate pile where they can be photographed, measured, and listed at Etsy so I can sell them. I'm still having a hard time letting them go. I've done multiple videos on blankets since I started my channel in January of 2022. I have 30 blankets that I have shown you guys from my project pile. Out of those 30, only one is listed in my Etsy shop. So I am feeling a bit of shame and embarrassment about that, because I'm still holding on to these blankets. And I'm still working on letting them go. I want them go to good homes. I don't want them sitting here in a pile in my house not being used and not being appreciated. But I'm still working on the letting go part. So once I got overwhelmed a couple months ago after the spider stitch video, I was overwhelmed with the other areas in my house that I'm decluttering. Okay. I have layers upon layers upon layers of stuff. I have decades of stuff. Okay. And I'm working through it one pile of papers at a time, one box at a time, one section at a time, one area at a time. And it can be overwhelming. The amount of decisions that you have to make to let things go. It's not just dozens of decisions, it's hundreds and thousands of decisions for every little thing that you touch in your house that you're trying to let go of. Do I need it? Is it useful? Do I love it? Is it beautiful? You run through all these questions and you're like, oh my goodness, you get so overwhelmed that I completely shut down. Completely. And then I tried to do a blanket video, the Jacob's Ladder. And I'm not happy with that video. I don't feel like it was a good video. So I might redo that one just so I can see some growth and some progress, you know. So that all being said, I'm going to turn you guys around. I'm going to show you what my project pile looks like, and this is what I've been living with, and this is what I've been struggling with. Okay, now take a look. There's our TV. You'd be like, wow, look at that pile, it's as tall as a TV. Well, what do you do with watching TV? Actually, we don't watch a lot of TV. We're actually thinking about trying to get rid of the cable TV from Verizon because we don't actually watch. So yeah, here's my couch, right? There is where I put my yarn stash that I had left over from my purge. In the front was bins of some yarn that I couldn't fit on the shelf that I didn't want to let go of yet. And then I put the projects that I had done videos for sitting in the front in a bin, right? Well, as I got done working through this pile here, these are blankets that I've already done videos for, and it got completely out of control. This is a footstool that my cats love to sleep on, but I have a project sitting on there that I didn't clean off. This bin here is full of yarn, and took it out because I was thinking of something that I wanted to do with it, and I never put it away. So this is sitting in the middle of my living room. And I'm embarrassed about it, and I'm a bit ashamed about it. So I am going to be spending the rest of today. It's going to take me hours because I have to work through a process. I have to ask myself questions I don't even want to answer. Right here is a project that I finished. Right here is a Christmas tree skirt done in Halloween colors so it can go along with my Halloween tree. But my Halloween decorations are actually in a storage cubby here underneath of my steps. And I can't get in there. I cannot get my Halloween decorations out. Hi, Arlo. This is Arlo. He's about 4 years old. We've had him for 3. Yeah, pretty kitty. So, this is what I'm doing today. I'm cleaning up this pile. This Home Depot box right here, I am filling it up with the blankets that are completely done, that I've already done videos on, so I can get them listed on Etsy so I can sell them. And then the current, so all the spider stitch blankets are sitting here. I don't know how Arlo knows. Every time I turn the camera on him, he knows to turn his face. Every time. How does he know to do that? I don't know. So, mentally, I am feeling better. I'm coming out of the phase where I completely shut down about everything. And while I don't have a therapist to help me, I'm pretty self-aware, and I know a little bit about psychology because I've been studying it off and on for years. It's always been a fascination for me how the human brain works. So I am working through this all on my own. My system works. It's just I do get overwhelmed. So I'm not going to film myself working through this pile. I'll just come back to you when I'm done. Okay. You guys don't want to see me in the process that I'm working through, do you? I don't know. You'll have to let me know down in the comments below. So I will catch you guys in a couple hours. Okay. Okay. So that's the first layer of projects taken off. Okay, I'm giving you a sneak peek of my Halloween tree skirt. All right, this is where Arlo likes to get yarn and bring it out for me. So you follow that blue. Can you see that blue? All right, there's the pink, which is still actually pretty good. But there's some blue, right? Bring it all the way down. That's his toy bin, scratching post, and there's the blue on the floor, mixed with red. Now, the yarn has been, I can't save it. Except for the pink. The pink is still good, but the rest of it's been dragged around the house. So I'm actually going to be throwing that away. This blanket right here, made this years ago. It's called My Ugly Blanket. I don't know if I'll ever do a video on that one. Okay guys, so the top layer is off of the blankets and the projects that I have done. This is what is left. I have bins stacked over there. Bins here, and I have blankets on top. Okay, these are the ones that I need to do videos for. So I'm about maybe halfway through my project pile, even though I have 30 blankets that are done, one listed in my Etsy shop, 30 videos for those blankets. I still have more to go. I'm so overwhelmed with all of it. So here's what I'm doing. Here's a box. This is my Sweater Vibes blanket. I already did a video for that. What I didn't do was a video for a second blanket made with that same pattern and the same striping, but with different yarn. Okay. And then this is the gray that I bought to put in the Sweater Vibes. And I can't actually get to my shelf to put it on my shelf. All right. This is my problem. So I'm putting it all in a box. And then here's all my spider stitch blankets. Spider stitch, spider stitch, spider stitch, which you guys really love that one, which I can see why. Spider stitch. This one that I was working on just to work on something, which I'm finished the blanket part. Now I have to do the trim. Okay. I have no place to put these. So I'm going to be putting them here in the box. It's a Home Depot moving box. And then you see these little bits of yarn that are left over. I need to have a plan for these. Either I get throw them away as soon as I wrap them up, or I need to have a plan for them, because I actually get so overwhelmed with all these leftovers. So it is an ongoing process. I know this. So I'm actually putting all of this in the box, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so now I need to leave the pink and white spider stitch blanket on top, because this is what I'm going to be doing for our crochet along when that starts. I'm making a new blanket just like this one, same size, same shape, same numbers. So I'm going to leave this one on the top so I can show it to you guys before we start our crochet along. And then this one I'm leaving on the top because I want to work on a spider stitch border on the spider stitch blanket. So I'm leaving them on the top, but at least this way they're put out of the way just a little bit. And then my hook case can go in there. Whatever yarn can go in there. All right, so this one, sneak peek again. It's orange. See, it's a bright orange. I went for a pumpkin look for a tree skirt for my Halloween tree. No more sneak peeks of this one. So I am calling that done. I'm not doing anything else to that because I would be so overwhelmed I would shut down again. Did it focus? Well, the sun keeps going behind the clouds, or the clouds keep going in front of the sun. Whichever. So, yeah, I'm leaving it like that. I have to, because I have no other place to put it. We have a really small house. We don't have a basement. We don't have an attic. We don't have a mud room. We don't have an extra bedroom that can be used as a den or a living room or a family room or an office. We have none of that. And while I do have a shed outside, it has squirrels in it and it's got a water leak. So none of this can go in the shed. It has to sit in the middle of my living room, and I have to go through the process of going through the trauma that causes me to hold on to everything. And I am working through it. It's not going to be overnight. It's going to take me years to get through my issues. I was hoping I would have all these blankets done by the end of 2023. It looks like I might not. It'll spill over into 2024, unfortunately. I went back through all of my videos, and I have a Karen Cakes blanket and a second one, a patchwork squares blanket, half double crochet in between stitches, Granny in rows, I call it. It was gray and pink. There's a blanket where there's two strands held together, and I made a baby blanket. I've got a blanket made out of Hirschner's 2-ply that I did in rainbow colors with a waffle stitch. I did a pastel ripple. I did what I called the Simply Soft sampler, where I was sampling Simply Soft in all of its colors. I did a pink peony ripple. That's because the pink peony is the brightest color in the blanket. I did another one with Hirschner's 2-ply in the waffle stitch, but with white. I did a Karen Cakes crochet along to show you guys how to work my own pattern. Okay, so that blanket is floating around in the pile somewhere. So that is 10 blankets there. My leftovers blanket, where I used all of the leftovers from Karen Cakes, the one that's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. That blanket is on my bed. I've been using it since I finished it. I absolutely love it. Keeps me warm at night, keeps me cool at night. Does both, okay? I did a video where I have an infinity scarf that was made out of scraps and leftovers. That's in the pile somewhere. Then a blanket that I called my vintage stripe. It is moss stitch, linen stitch. It's the single crochet, chain one, single crochet, and then do it in the chain space when you come back. I did a blanket where I labeled it all the pinks. They were just random pink yarns that I put together in a baby blanket. And then I did a blue and purple one. That was the yarn from Michaels, the Impeccable Snuggly Wuggly. And it's a variegated blue and a variegated purple. I did a waffle stitch blanket where it was white and it had stripes of bright colors. Orange, blue, pink. Orange, blue, pink. What was the other color in it? Orange, blue, pink, green. Okay, that one I sold. Thank you very much. You know who you are. And then I did 2 blankets that were done with the waffle stitch. One is pink and tan, one is gray and blue. I did a Bernat Pop, which is a cake yarn in my Karen Cakes pattern. Okay, that's the one I have listed on Etsy. I did Nature's Walk, which was a crochet along. I was kind of hoping to make it my grandbaby blanket, but all my kids tell me they're not going to have kids, so I might not be a grandmother. Who knows? I did an orange, yellow, and pink blanket that was made with leftovers from the Nature's Walk. I did a Sweater Vibes blanket. I did the Spider Stitch blanket, which is the pink and white one. I did the orange and cream Spider Stitch, and the blue and green, I showed you guys that, and I actually finished it. My retro stripes from Red Heart stripes, and it's called Retro. I made that with the Sweater Vibes pattern. And then I did I showed you my Sweet Roll Spider Stitch blanket. It was a Spider Stitch that I made with Premier Sweet Rolls. Then I showed you my Spider Stitch in my Campfire Throw. It's the one that's red, orange, green, and with that variegated in there. And then the Jacob's Ladder. So that is 15, 25 blankets, 30 blankets, and a scarf. Okay, I have done a lot of blankets over the years. Okay, that's what I love to do. I love to make blankets, but I get ahead of myself sometimes because my brain's moving so fast a lot that I'm already working on the next pattern and the next idea while I'm working on the currently physically working on one. So that's how I got myself in this mess. Plus my mental health issues and the depression and anxiety and trauma and stuff. So my organization, it's not perfect, but it's working for me for now. Okay, so the crochet along, I would still like to start in early October. You guys let me know what is a good date for you. Maybe the first weekend in October. I would also like to do live streaming videos so you guys can ask me questions live on YouTube. I've never done a live, so I'm actually trying to practice before that happens. I am going to be using a number 4 yarn weight, okay, which is medium weight, worsted weight, Aran weight. And you guys in the in Australia have to let me know, because you do your weight by plies, 2 ply, 4 ply, 8 ply. Let me know which one is a number 4 medium weight, and then I will let everybody else know. My crochet hook size, I want to use, I will either use the G or the H, which is a 4.5 and a 5mm hook. And I'm using the same numbers that I did for the pink and white Spider Stitch, okay? I bought bright colors, okay, to do it. And I have to get back to you on yardage on how much I think it's going to take with yards, meters, ounces, grams, okay? I will have all that information before we sit down to do the crochet along, okay? So thank you guys for being here with me for this. It hasn't been easy for me these last couple months, and I appreciate you hanging in there and all your kind words in the comment section. You guys are totally awesome, and I love and appreciate every single one of you. So it wasn't much of a crochet video. It's just I'm kind of drowning over here. I cannot believe how much stuff I have. I am working on simplifying my life. At 51 years old, I just had a flat tire recently, but that same flat tire was flat 3 or 4 weeks ago, okay? And I actually had 2 flat tires on that day. One is because I ran over a nail, and the other one was because of the plug had broken, so it was leaking air. That's the one I had to have replaced. Right now, our refrigerator is not cold. Like, our freezer is still frozen, but the refrigerator is warm because there's a fan in there that's not working, okay? I broke the shower the other day. Life is just so overwhelming sometimes, okay, with everything that we have to do day in and day out. And we're supposed to be taking care of ourselves when all this stuff is going on. It is so hard. So just remember, take a deep breath and try to tackle it just one thing at a time. Even the disasters and the catastrophes and the broken things. You know what I've been doing in the fridge? We've been eating up everything that's in the fridge because my refrigerator is now warm. And we're getting rid of some expired stuff. When we do have some leftovers, if we want to save it, we've been putting it in the freezer, okay? It's just little things. I had one tire replaced on my minivan. I need to have the second one replaced, but I need to put some money on the side first before I can do it. Just do what you can and just take a deep breath. We're all there with you. We're all doing the same thing. I am working on simplifying my life. I want to get rid of all of my clutter. I want to deal with my trauma issues. I want to have better coping mechanisms. I want to get my shopping under control. I want to stop bringing the stuff into the house that creates the clutter to begin with. But in order to do that, I have to figure out why I'm shopping to begin with. So if you guys have any insight on that, let me know. So that's it for today. And I won't tell you what day I'll come back. It's when I can, okay? Hopefully I can get back to my normal filming schedule. I don't know. But thank you guys for being there and for hanging in with me. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon, okay?